Welcome to chapter 11 of How Could He? I am Emma Matsdotter, and I wrote this book after leaving an abusive relationship to help other women see clearly, break free, and begin to heal. Each chapter stands on its own, but together they tell the story of waking up and rebuilding. Let's begin. Chapter 11. Setting boundaries and recognizing red flags. In order to spot a person who will not respect your boundaries, who may try to break down your confidence and take control, you need to have boundaries, confidence, and independence. When you know who you are, you can feel it instantly when someone tries to intrude on your sovereign personhood. But here's the truth. If you're not fully healed, or not fully prepared for a relationship, you may lean too heavily on your partner, looking to him to fulfill the very needs you are still learning to meet within yourself. This can slow your healing, or worse, send you backward if the person turns out to be toxic. Let yourself heal before you step into romance again. And here's something not often said. Be careful with family and friends too. Anyone you let close must be emotionally safe. Right now, you're rebuilding. You need space around your inner self, your thoughts, your dreams, your values. That space must be respected. No one should criticize, mock, or try to fix what you're just beginning to reclaim. Later in your healing, you'll be stronger and more prepared to handle difficult dynamics. But right now, your inner circle should be small, simple, and safe. How to spot toxic people early. The red flag before the red flag. Sometimes the first sign isn't behavior, it's your own tension. You feel drained after seeing them. You adjust your behavior around them. You find yourself second-guessing things you felt sure about. This is your nervous system noticing what your mind hasn't yet named. Don't override that knowing with logic. They're just trying to help. She didn't say anything mean. Maybe I'm just being sensitive. No, you're not. That feeling is valid, especially in this fragile phase of healing. Early red flags. These are behaviors that often indicate control, lack of empathy, or emotional immaturity. Uninvited criticism. Subtle jabs about your choices, your new kitchen table, your hair color, giving advice that wasn't asked for. Blaming others, exes, bosses, life itself. It's always someone else's fault. Rudeness to people they don't need to impress. Service workers, long-term friends, or anyone they feel superior to. Over-talking or interrupting you. They don't listen fully or respect your right to speak. They talk over you, cut you off, or quickly shift the topic back to themselves. Your voice feels small around them. Lying. Any lie meant to manipulate or distort reality should not be overlooked. Green flags. These are signs that someone is emotionally safe. They're curious about you, not your achievements, not what you can give them. You feel safe to be yourself. No anxious rubber band feeling afterwards. They respect your autonomy. They don't assume their way is the way. Remember, if someone shows red flags and love bombs you, the intense interest itself becomes another red flag. Boundaries are self-protection, not walls. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They protect your dreams, your values, your time, your truth. Walls are different. Walls are avoidance, defense mechanisms that comes from not trusting your boundaries. Some people use charm or superiority to sneak past others' boundaries, and some use walls to avoid being vulnerable themselves. Boundaries are clear, calm, and kind. Walls are rigid and secretive. Learning to say no without guilt. This part will feel like a shift because you've been trained to prioritize others. When someone asks something of you, your first response might be, "How can I help? How can I make this okay?" And if you can't help, "How can I explain myself enough so they know I care?" But here's the truth. Just because someone brings you a problem doesn't mean it's yours to solve. You are not a resource for anyone who asks. You are responsible for your own well-being and for your children if they're under your care. Everything else is optional. And help is something you offer, not something others can demand. Try this instead. When someone brings you a request, tell me more. What are you thinking of doing about it? If they ask, "You'll be there, right?" "I have to check and get back to you." Then later, if needed, "I'm sorry, I can't." You're not required to give a reason. Explanations become opportunities for manipulation. If they push, "I really wish I could, but I can't." Repeat if needed. And remember, saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you sane. That was chapter 11 of How Could He? If this resonated with you, the full ebook is available to download, and it includes a healing journal prompt after each chapter to help you reflect, grow, and reconnect with yourself. You'll find the link in the description below. And if you'd like to keep listening, the next chapter will be up soon. Thank you so much for being here.